Model view presenter. So with Android, you may be not using model view presenter and you're just putting everything in your application, your activity class, and it gets cluttered, and you have DB stuff, you have Firebase stuff, you may have networking stuff, retrofit, okay, HTTP, model stuff like your user classes, and your activity is 1,000 lines long. Hard to read, not exactly sure what's going on. And it's a little hard to test because you may have a method that gets user data from Firebase, and then at the same time it updates a text field in your app. And how do you just test that? That's so many things all at once in one method. That's very hard to test. So you break things down in a model view presenter way and interactor as well. So I'll kind of say what each one is, and then I'll kind of give you a description of what a network call would be like in this fashion. So we have our view. That's specifically our activity. We click buttons in our view. We display text in our view. We do anything that changes the UI. We don't do anything else. We don't do number crunching. We only change things within the UI. Very simple. The presenter. Now, whenever we do something, we always call the presenter. We don't call any methods from our activity to our activity. We always call it to the presenter first. The presenter is kind of like a crossroads between everything. It gets from the model, so a user model, user model. We may have some strings in there, and we also call from the interactor. An interactor would have things like DB calls, networking calls, anything that's Android specific, but that doesn't affect the UI at all. It may do background stuff for an adapter, for example, an array adapter, things like that. So one example for a model view presenter is a network request. So say we're in our view, click a button, sends a network request, and gets a string back. Actually, it gets a object back that's a user object that has our name and our age, right? So we have our view, click a button, and it calls a function called getNetworkRequest. That getNetworkRequest is part of the presenter. The presenter says, hey, interactor, I have a network request. Can you send this request? Sends it. Gets the user back. Sends that user back to presenter. Takes the user object, just the user object, nothing else, and then sends it back to the view. View takes the user object and just displays this data on a text view, for example. Very simple. And that is Model View Presenter for Android.